and welcome to What's Cooking Good Looking, where I, a former photo model and a spokesperson for Meals on Wheels called Richard Dryheave, will teach you how to make vegan food taste delicious. Today we are making sesame tofu with the rice. Sounds boring, you said? Well, let's see. Well, obviously you cook some rice, 4 portions to be precise. I cook a little bit more because that's what I took. I'm trying not to. I'm finishing what I've got of rice because I'm going to try oats and stuff instead, because I read somewhere that it's really not good for the environment to sort of ship all that rice to where I live. So, and, well, then we have tofu. But this is tofu made in Sweden. Yes, I know. Sounds weird, but it is. So, about 400 grams of tofu, you cube them into nice bite-sized chunks. And then in a rather big sippy-locky baggie, I think that's the correct term if you're Finnish, you put 1.5 deciliters of cornstarch. Yeah, things are going to get starched. And I totally forgot to tell you in that charming way that I forget to tell you stuff, that this tofu is frozen and then thawed. I think that's the best way to cook tofu, because then it changes texture and turns into sort of, well, meaty. It's sort of, otherwise it sort of turns crumbly. This way, it sticks together. It turns like sort of almost rubbery. Almost halloumi-like. Anyway, you got your bag with cornstarch, and now you add your cubes of tofu to the bag of cornstarch. Then you close the bag, and then in that charming way that Elvis used to do things, you shake, you rattle, and you roll. Yeah, this is going great. And the recipe says to really let it rest so that it really soaks up all the cornstarch. So let's start making the sauce instead. So in a great nice bowl, this one is from Höganäs, which is a Swedish brand. I just love these. Anyway, in this you put 3 tablespoons of sesame oil. Don't believe me, you'll think it's strange when I tell you that was what was left in the bottle. Exactly 3 tablespoons. That was all that I needed. I must remember to buy more sesame oil when I'm cooking again. I'll think that I have it, but I haven't got it. I need to buy it, because then I can use it. Don't cry for me. So, I chose a great bowl, didn't I? Black. And then I'm going to put black stuff in it. So like 2 tablespoons of Japanese soy sauce. We will also be adding 3 tablespoons of, this is not syrup, this is sirap. It's a Swedish thing. I think it's the same thing as molasses. I'm not sure. Look it up. I don't care. Wait, there's more. How about 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar? So that's 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup. That was kind of a surprise. Then you're supposed to add 2 garlic cloves, but knowing me, knowing you, I'm going to add a few more. And then you whisk. This is quite thick. Oh, it's time to fry the tofu. In a great big pan, you pour 1 deciliter of some neutral oil. This is canola oil. And when the oil is hot to the touch, no, just kidding. When the oil is hot, you don't touch it. Now, you put a few of those. You don't want to crowd the pan. And when they're done, you take them up, you scoop them up, and you put them on paper. And this paper is on a baking rack so that the oil will, so it's healthier. I just realised that this, pasta spoon is great for this. Here we go, yeah. So right now, they don't taste much like anything. They're sort of crispy. I guess you could have sort of soaked them. In another recipe, you could have done something. But now, we're going to cook them in that lovely sauce. But first, we need to add something to the sauce. So this is about 1 tablespoon, a little bit more, of that cornstarch. That sort of I sifted this. So you add this to you add a tablespoon of this to 3 tablespoons of water. Then you whisk, and then you add it to this. And then you pour it into that. Now you pour this into this. There's no cornstarch lumps in this. I don't know why I'm singing La Vie en Rose. Now you add this to the hot pan and it will thicken instantaneously. And now you add the tofu. Lastly, you add 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds. So I've food prepped and I put some rice on a plate. I'm about to serve this and then I realised, wait, there's something more. I was supposed to buy edamame beans, but I forgot. So instead we're having soybeans. I'm just going to heat these and then I'll serve. Okay, people, here we go. I think we all know how soybean tastes and how rice tastes. So I'll just have a little go at this. Here we go. Thank you for watching and for liking, commenting, subscribing and following. It really helps, and something to do with the internet and the algorithm, I think. So thank you so much.